Wheelchair basketball made its entry into the Nigerian sports scene in 1999. Since then, the game has achieved considerable growth, making the country the second best team on the African continent. Administrators of the sport are confident their efforts over the years will start yielding results internationally.
I'm a pathological optimist, but I always base my optimism on practicality, which means when you put in the hard work, only one thing can come out of it: results. We keep putting in the hard work, and in the final analysis, if we are preparing as early as we have started now for the Paralympics 2016, who says we cannot win the gold medal there? Who says we cannot represent Africa there?
Apart from financial rewards for these special athletes, experts say there are also emotional benefits.
First of all, they are being able to do the sports even with their disabilities. And if you really like being someone with a disability and you really like to play basketball, now you have been beginning a chance to play basketball with your wheelchair, and there's a forum for you to enjoy yourself. So emotionally, they are in a great condition.
For us, it's a very good business to let disabled people show that disabled is able. Understand? Through this championship, we want to show to the society that we have the right to participate to the development of our countries. You know, there is an international agreement in which all the rights of people with disability must be guaranteed.
As the 2016 Rio Olympics draw near, sports enthusiasts are hoping that wheelchair basketball will get the much-needed attention and support it deserves.
Good morning and welcome. It's the Friday morning edition of Sports This Morning. It's a lovely day. We're happy to be here to take you on a trip across the world of sport. What you just saw is a report on wheelchair basketball in Nigeria. Came into the sports scene in 1999. It's been growing. Well, don't let me say in leaps and bounds, but has witnessed considerable growth since then. That's how we welcome you to the show this morning. My name is Yemi Adebayo. Of course, on the show this morning, we'll look at what is happening. A lot is happening in the world of sports. We're going to take you on a trip across the world of sport. But before I introduce my partner on the show to you this morning, let's check out the top stories in the world of sport. There's plenty to talk about this morning, and we'll do just that. Nigeria is involved in a whole lot of things in the world of sports, and we'll take a look at that this morning. Well, let's check out the top stories. We start from home. Well, it's decision time for FIBA Africa as the body decides the host of the 2015 Afro Basket. That's for the male and the female competition. We'll talk about it this morning, and the decision is going to be made today. So we'll try to speculate with the information we have at our disposal. Okay, and see what's going on. Well, the World Indoor Championship begins today in Poland. So let the games begin. That's the message. The Nigerian contingent already in Poland, and we're hoping it's going to be a decent performance by the Nigerian contingent. Okay, well, Mission Impossible with a big question mark. Enyimba Afaba will be seeking to overturn a 2-1 first leg deficit when they take on AS Real in Bamako. They lost at home, and of course, in Bamako, they'll be trying to do the impossible. But they say nothing is impossible. So we'll wait to see what will happen in Bamako. The only surviving team in the only Nigerian surviving team in the CAF Champions League. Well, what you have on your screen, Giwa and Nembe dropped. As you all expect, the Globe Premier League will start this weekend, but news hit us late last night Giwa and Nembe have been dropped. Now we have 18 teams in the top flight. Giwa and Nembe dropped because they failed to meet the conditions set by the league management company. All right, so those are the top stories for you this morning. Well, let me quickly introduce my partner on the show to you. We're going to be taking a look at all of those things we've talked about and more. It gives me so much pleasure to welcome Kunle Philip. Let me welcome you to the show this morning.
Yeah, good morning, Jeremy. Great to be here. And good to know that the Nigerian Professional League will be kick-starting this weekend after much postponement. And we just hope that the NLs, the league management company, will not come out to say the league has been postponed again.
Okay, all right. So that's it. Let's take a look at the papers. The papers will form the bedrock of what we're going to be looking at today. We're going to take a look from the papers. Nigeria is involved in a whole lot of things. So we'll take a look at the papers, look at what the papers have for us this morning. We have, we'll start with Soccer Star. We'll start with Complete Sports, I beg your pardon. And, well, it's interesting because what you have on screen, nobody is guaranteed a spot in the World Cup team. Kunle, let me allow you react to this one. Coming from the big boss himself, he says he wasn't disappointed with the performance against Mexico. But you look at a statement like this, you feel that the coach probably wasn't impressed with what he saw.
Absolutely, he wasn't too impressed with what he saw, particularly in the attack led by Emmanuel Emenike, Ahmed Musa. They were not too impressive in that game. And, you know, it was like those guys, he felt that they were just too relaxed because of the fact that they are they always tend to get to be on the starting lineup anytime Nigeria is playing. So as a result of that, you said there's no automatic check. So if we don't buckle up, if we don't live up to billing, we might just be dropped at the end of the day because we have so many players in who really wants to play and, of course, go to the World Cup right now. Okay,
other stories in Complete Sports. We'll be staying on this one for a while. Balogun set for surgery. That's Leon Balogun plays in Germany. Was so bad, got injured on his debut for the Super Eagles. Other stories, Eagles handed code of conduct booklet. We're going to talk about that one very much later on the show. And things fall apart for Bosnia. That will make an interesting read. That story is on page 15 of Complete Sports. US confirmed Eagles friendly. Okay, that's our beat on Complete Sports this Friday. We'll move on to the next paper, and of course, that is Soccer Star. And again, Kunle, let me allow you react to this one. It's a good one. Good reward for efforts. Good reward for labor, and promise kept.
I think
so. Eagles get Imoke's land. Players get code of conduct. That's the lead story in today's Soccer Star. How do you react to this one?
Very, very fantastic news coming from the president of the Nigerian Football Federation to the players. He actually handed them the certificates after the goalless draw we played against Mexico.
Yes.
And of course, this land was actually promised them after they won the African Cup of Nations. And right now, they have actually fulfilled it, which for me is really very good. This will actually propel the guys to always do well in subsequent competitions that they attend.
Okay, other stories that would interest you. You have Ronaldo breaks Portugal goal record. That story is on page 3. Yondiola arrives for Warri Wolves. We're going to talk about that one much later. The CAF competitions. Enyimba face real test in Bamako. We'll be talking about all of that after we take a look at the papers. My dad forced me to play for Nigeria. That's coming from Ezekiel Imo. But well, whatever the case, he's playing for Nigeria. That's all that matters to us.
Yes.
Whoever convinced you to play for Nigeria doesn't really matter. And Mario's the man. Let me allow you to react to this one. Jose Mourinho in the news. That Chelsea might attempt to sign his former player Mario Balotelli.
Yes, I think it will be a very good move considering the fact that there's really this problem with the management of AC Milan. They said they actually want to sell Mario Balotelli and some other players.
It's not settled.
Yeah, it's not settled. But
the story is believable.
No, yeah, but I think some couple of months ago they came out to say that some players will go at the end of the season, and then Mario Balotelli was listed among the players. I think Barbara Berlusconi, the daughter of the former president, the present president of AC Milan said Balotelli and some players will actually go. So if you eventually put pen to paper,
believable because Chelsea have striking problems.
of course,
This is the guy
serious
that can get
frailties.
goals, and this is the guy that
That can
was
also-
well managed in spite of his off-field antics and problems. That was well managed by Jose Mourinho during his time at Inter. That makes it believable. But a lot of things like this come
Yeah,
up.
Wenger will has also indicated interest.
So a lot of
in-
this come up. Well, since you talk about Arsene Wenger, let's look at the bottom strip of Soccer Star, and you have this one: Jack Wilshere out for 6 weeks. That's a big blow for a side that already has a lot of injuries to worry about. So let's leave it at that, and we'll go on the show this morning, and still taking a look at the papers, looking at all of the things in the papers. Well, we'll move on to sporting life and interesting stories as well, Kunle. Etihad bid. Some years ago, you look at stories like this, you say it can happen.
Yeah,
But Paris Saint-Germain, Manchester City have taught us a lesson.
of course.
That if they want to buy, and Real Madrid,
Yeah, absolutely.
if they want to buy a player, forget about the price tag. That
Yeah.
player will eventually come.
Yeah, I remember some couple of years ago when Manchester City bidded. That was when they started their rebuilding, and they bidded for Kaka. I was then still playing for Milan, and I think they had about almost 300 to 400 million pounds to actually in offer for him. Yes, but he actually said no, he wasn't coming to play for Manchester City because he felt that they were not a top-class club that will actually win him all the kind of laurels he actually wants to win. But this time around, everything has actually changed right now. But I think for Messi, he has said he wants to become a Barcelona legend. So on the evidence of this, I think he wouldn't be going to Manchester City.
Players
But anything, yes.
politicians.
Of
But let's
course,
take,
of
but what you have on screen, Etihad bid, City dangle 200 million pounds at Messi. Well, that's the story. Barca move, Chelsea slam, 30 million pounds price tag on David Luiz. Other stories, Owolabi Tukeshi, Nigeria needs Ike Uche. That's coming from ex-international Felix Owolabi. And other stories, Balogun for surgery in Germany. We've talked about that. And why Ronaldo rejected Barca. And this one would interest, on the bottom strip, will interest Manchester United fans. Bye-bye Moyes. Manchester United switch focus to Diego Simeone. Okay, that's the story in Sporting Life. And we move on to our last paper for review this morning, and it's the Sports Day, and FIFA buff predicts Eagles' glory after the 0-0 draw against Mexico. Says Nigeria will soar. Well, I don't know if Nigerians share that optimism.
Yeah, I think person talking is the is the president and vice president of
FIFA. Yes,
and he was actually there at in South Africa when we won the African Cup of Nations, and he said
and they probably saw the game.
He saw the game against Mexico. He was there, and he actually went to meet the Nigerian Football Federation president Aminu Megari to express his delight with the improvement of what he has seen. While we were also complaining about the fact that the Eagles didn't play well against Mexico, he said he saw some improvement, and as a result of this, he expects Nigeria to do well in the forming World Cup.